Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today I'm going to be going over the Guild Wars Red Restriction. Mostly offense. Showed my defensive team on my live stream on Tuesday, so if you want to see my defensive team for whatever reason, you would have already had to have set your defend teams on Tuesday or Wednesday. You can't set them today, so figured, go check it out if you want to see it. But yeah, this is my offensive team, and it's something unique. So just in case you want to use something different, you don't want to use Chrysanthrax or Takshaka or Tesla or Ruby Weapon or one of those red, really strong things. Like, definitely recommend you guys trying to use one of those. But I'm thinking maybe if you're up against some difficult enemies or you're in a lower level guild, either way, really. If you're up against like really difficult enemies, they're planning for that. They're planning for Chrysanthrax, they're planning for Tesla, they're planning for Takshaka. You know what I mean? So they're planning for the all that red stuff. But they are not planning for this, I can tell you that right now. This is Shegra, Flail of Guard, Hitiran Scroll, and the Miraji Queen. So gonna do pretty good damage. If Guild Wars works the way I think it does, as far as how points go, as far as like offensive, like Tesla wouldn't score as high because you're doing true damage, you're not hitting their armor. You know, with the way that this team works, I'm crushing like everything into dust for all their durability. I have lots of summoning power, so I leave the fight with 4 troops usually. Just a really high scorer. It used to be my red Guild Wars team, and would score really high and would barely ever lose. But full disclosure, on the stream on Tuesday, it did lose one time in unrestricted, so just gotta let you know that. Alright, so we're heading to the Fairy Ring here. Essence of Evil, Suna, Leprechaun, and King Oberon. So they are trying to pretty much use Suna and Essence of Evil there. This team doesn't scare me too much, but I'm trying to get a set, so I have to go this way to get a set. I didn't have to, but it was the lower one. So to get sets, you want to be hitting the lower numbers. So if there's a 0, go for it. Like, that's your target. That's your target even over the palace, usually. Like, hit those zeros. If there's no zeros, hit the 1s. If there's no 1s, hit the 2s. Like, hit the lowest number you can. So my target is a 0, and this is a 1 along the way to a 0. So that's how you get sets. Sets give you 1,000 points. So if you can make it all the way to the palace and get 1,000 points, that's the highest you're going to be able to score in any one day for Guild Wars as one person. Alright, so Shegra, Flail of Guard, Hitiran Scroll, and Miraji Queen. It's a Skull team. It's a extra turn team, kind of loopy. You want to keep it on your turn as much as possible. It's lots of summoning. So conversions, keeping it on your turn as much as possible. Elementalist, so every time we do an extra turn, we're setting off Elementalist. We got lots of summoning. We got Lycanthropy with Hitiran Scroll, which will screw up the enemy's team if they get turned into a beast. Now they're a whole different troop, so they didn't plan for that. But mostly at the start of the fight, you're looking to get up your Flail of Guard. So try to match yellow. If you don't see yellow, match brown, because next up would be Shegra, because it's easier to get up than Hitiran Scroll. So you're trying to get up that Flail so you can cast it and get everything up. But if there's no yellow, try to match brown. That way you can get up Shegra, because it's easier to get up than the Hitiran Scroll. And it's pretty good. It got a buff a little while ago, so it puts red onto the board and then turns all the red into skulls. So normally there's like already red on the board, and then you're going to put even more red on the board, and then you're going to change it all the red to skulls. So it's pretty good. You have to get a little bit lucky, but you don't have to. I mean, you can try. So with these conversion teams, you could wait until you literally have the conversion, so there's no luck involved. But with the Shegra one, you can do that, and you can risk it all for the biscuit all. Red next to skulls, and fire off that Shegra and hope it throws up the red, or enough red to then make an extra turn. So we won that first fight, the Fairy Ring. We're heading now to the Mage Tower, because we really want to get to that portal. The portal has 0 on it. That'll give us 1,000 points if we can beat the portal, so we're heading there. What are we up against on this one? We got Harpy Mage, Essence of Evil, Queen Beatrix, and Succubus. Not a bad team, Queen Beatrix, so they're countering my Elementalist. Essence of Evil, they want to do that to me, and Harpy Mage will get them up quickly. 10 out of 14, Swift. And Succubus Queen gonna be hitting for true damage, stealing life, and doing a charm. So not bad. Better than that last team, and obviously better than the gate. The gate's a freebie. But yeah, so looking for the flail, looking for extra turns. Really, like if you know how to play Guild War, you scrutinize the board. You take your time. You every single turn you're looking, seeing what you can do. If you don't see an obvious extra turn that the game blinks in your face, that doesn't mean there's not extra turns. You have to really look. You have to look at what would happen if I did this. Will it cascade into an extra turn or not? What if nothing else is going on, if I match this, maybe this will fall from the sky type of stuff. Or I need to take this color so they don't have this color, so their conversion doesn't happen. Or I need to deny this color so they don't get a bunch of mana and then they go crazy. Like, you got to really be thinking. You can't just be getting mana and casting spells and matching blinky extra turns. You have to think harder than that, especially in Guild Wars. But our main priority is to get up Hatir and Scroll. If we have Hatir and Scroll and we have our conversion, we want to cast it. So if we, for example, had everything up on our team, like everything was fully charged, we would look for Hatir and Scroll first. Because it does really good. Turns yellow to Doom Skull, which is better than Shegra. Shegra turns red to regular skulls. And it also does green to purple Lycanthropy gems. So you'll get a bunch of purple, which will fill it right back up. And you'll hit them with a bunch of Lycanthropy. And everybody knows, we all hate Lycanthropy, so the enemy hates Lycanthropy. You know, you're giving it to them, not yourself. A lot of our troops over here are immune to Lycanthropy. Not every single one of them, but I think 3 out of the 4, or half of them or something, are immune to Lycanthropy. Hatir and Scroll is, our hero is, and those are the 2 most important things with all the summoning power. So if we happen to lose our Shegra to Lycanthropy or our Mirage Queen to Lycanthropy, no big deal. We just summon something else in when it dies or whatever. So no big deal. Then the Mirage Queen is 50% starting our whole team. This is a red team, but it's also an elemental team. So everything on our team is elemental, including our hero, Elementalist. The weird thing about it is the Flail of Guard. Like, it's a red weapon. It's a summoning weapon. It's an explodey weapon. But it doesn't, like, the typing of it is knight. It doesn't really match with our team, but if you want to use the wand instead, I don't totally recommend it because I'm sticking with the girl I brought to the dance. I'm not fixing something that isn't broken type stuff. I'm not going to fix something that isn't broken. That's what I always say. So I'm going to stick with this team with that weapon until it fails me. Flail of Guard has like Bless and Barrier, and it's just like the right colors. It uses yellow. With none of the rest of our team uses yellow, so it seems to work. Even though you would think, if you really think about this team, Flail of Guard uses yellow, but Hatir and Scroll denies yellow. And Hatir and Scroll denies green, but Mirage Queen converts green to skull. Like, it seems weird, but it just works. Like, the yellow to Doom Skull always goes well with the red to skull for some reason. Like, the Lycanthropy screwing up their team, the Elementalist, like, the summoning. Like, it all goes good together. It's really hard to kill. So looking for extra turns, just paying as close attention as possible. Like right now we're frozen. But even if we're frozen, we can still match. But I just went with Flail of Guard there. I decided to go with Flail of Guard. But sometimes you'll just match the extra turn even though you're frozen because you'll set off Elementalists and it will screw them up too. So you're frozen, you're not going to get an extra turn, but you're going to, I think, set off Elementalist, right? You don't have to get an extra turn, you just have to do a 4 or 5 gym match. Pretty sure. Alright, we got a Skull extra turn there, but we're frozen. So what are we going to do? About to see. I don't know. I can't remember. I did this morning. Is this the portal fight, or who do we got there? We got Chrysanthrax, y'all. This is a legitimate fight right here. We got Chrysanthrax. They had a Empowered Converter, Chrysanthrax, their hero, and the Mirage Queen. So they're 50% starting their Chrysanthrax with an Empowered Converter. That's pretty much what I was doing in the Palace. So this is a Palace type team on a top 15 guild that my team is facing. So just keep that in mind. There was like this Zolgoth fight. Maybe it's this one? No, I don't think it was this one. But the Palace, I think, is like a Zolgoth fight, and they really takes me anyway. You'll see. Do I win? Do I lose? Do I go 5-0? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. I was thinking about streaming today, but I don't know, y'all. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna tell you why. It just is what it is. Didn't feel like streaming today. Didn't have the motivation. Wasn't feeling it. would have been an extra stream anyway, and I don't know. I just wanted to play by myself, and it seems about the same, almost. So, just putting out a pre-recorded, just to show you, get you a team, so you guys can do good. Alright, so we got the conversion with our Miraji Queen. So we just have a lot of different conversions. We got Shagra, who can turn red to Skull. We got Hatiran Scroll, who can turn yellow to Doom Skull. We got Hatiran Scroll, who can turn green to purple. And we have Miraji Queen, who can turn green to Doom Skull. So you want to look for all of those. The order of priority, though, is Hatiran Scroll is the highest priority. Then you look for Shagra. Then you look for Miraji Queen. So you're not really looking to cast that Miraji Queen too much, but I will if it's the only thing I've got. So we ended up winning that fight. We are heading to the palace, I think, right? Yep, Purple Keep Palace. They got Zul'Goth, Trick and Treat, Leprechaun. Man, don't get much worse than that for purple. Like Chrysantherax, maybe? They got Zul'Goth, Trick and Treat, Leprechaun, and Pharaoh Khafre. I don't want anybody out there thinking, man, he's facing easy fights or anything like that. We just killed Chrysantherax. We killed a Queen Beatrix. We're now killing a Zul'Goth, Trick and Treat, Pharaoh Khafre, Leprechaun. Like, doesn't get. There's nothing else you could. Chrysantherax and Zul'Goth, like those are the two killers that kill people. So luckily, no freeze on our team at the moment, so we can take this brown. They are impervious quite a bit over there, so that didn't help too much. We do have their Leprechaun frozen. We now got their hero all hemmed up. They got us entangled. So I use Orpheus Metals. Make sure you use Orpheus Metals on your team, because Orpheus Metals will negate the entangle, not always, but sometimes. And if you use the Wand of Stars, you're just blocking the whole bottom of your team if you're going to just plug in Wand of Stars. I know you could Bless and fix that entangle maybe, but then your Hatiran Scroll's never going to get up, your Miraji Queen's never going to get up, and you're just, I don't know. Try it and let me know. If you're in a top 25 guild and you try Wand of Stars on this team, let me know how it goes, because I'm too scared to switch out of something that's dang near undefeated. Looking for our conversions. Do we have Shagra? I don't see it, but we cast it anyway. You see that? Because we add red to the board, and then we convert the red to Skull, so it still gave us an extra turn. We're entangled, but we're slowly, as long as we keep it on our turn, we're fine. I know, like, you're thinking, like, if your first slot gets entangled, you're screwed, because all we do is Skulls. But we have the Flail, we have the ability to Lycanthropy the enemy, we have the ability to summon, and we have the ability to keep it on our turn with all the conversions and stuff. So if we just keep it on our turn and we keep whittling them down and just hoping that our Medal of Orpheus goes off, a lot of the time it'll work and it'll be fine. Like, we're slowly chipping down that Zul'Goth. If we can kill that Zul'Goth, we're almost good to go. Like, the Trick and Treat could be very annoying, but if we can kill that Zul'Goth who's in first slot, then we're probably good to go. They almost should have put their Leprechaun in first slot and then put their Zul'Goth in second, but, you know, why am I giving the enemy advice? They can't change it now, I guess, because, you know, you know what they're thinking is people are using Chrysantherax or people are using Tesla. What's it matter? But with my team, I'm taking out their main dude because I'm hitting him with Skulls. I'm hitting first slot. I'm over killing first slot pretty much, and their main thing is in first slot. So just another reason maybe you would try this team. Hey, I'm not asking you to try it today. I'm just saying if you don't have a very good time today, maybe you go 4-1, maybe you go 3-2. Give this one a spin and let me know. But you really have to play it correctly. You really have to be patient. You really have to look for the conversions. You really have to cast things in the right order. You can't just, like, willy-nilly cast things when they get fully charged. You can't just match stuff on the board that's blinking in your face. You really got to look and pay attention. It's Guild Wars. This is the time to sit there and just like, Sherlock Holmes that board. Just Inspector Gadget that freaking board. Darkwing Duck that freaking board. You know, House MD that board. Gather together with your other doctors and discuss what the crazy disease they have. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta sit there for a minute on every turn. Just sit there for a minute on every turn and just look at every possible move that you can make and make sure you're doing the perfect move. Alright, our Lycanthropy actually backfired, or maybe they hit me with Trick and Treat. I don't remember what happened there, but I got turned into a frog. So maybe it was Essence of Evil, maybe it was Trick and Treat, maybe it was, is a frog a beast? I don't know. But as you can see, it's not that big of a deal. You know what actually happened is they cleansed my entangle for me. They pretty much just cleansed my entangle for me. My hero can't be lycanthropied, My Tyrion Scroll can't be lycanthropied. Can't remember about the Miraji Queen, but hey, they lycanthropied my first slot, and guess what? It helped me kill them. Because now I was not entangled anymore. So it's fine. It's usually fine. And then we have a bunch of summons. Like, that frog could die eventually, but then we just summon in something. We summon in a knight, or we summon in a wolf from a Tyrion Scroll. But yeah, we win. We won all 5. We got a set. We're in top 17. So we're top 20 guild. We're number 17. The enemy was number 14 or something like that, so even higher than me. I put us in the lead there, 7,782 to 7,503. So about as good as it gets, y'all, against a difficult, competent enemy with Chrysantherax and Zul'Goth and Trick and Treat. This was not like a level 100 guild fighting a level 150 guild here. This was 2 top 20 guilds with Chrysantherax and Zul'Goth and everything defended, and me going the hardest way and getting a set and using a unique team that I made up myself and everything. So don't get much better than that, man. Like, you could have people out there sharing you teams that everybody else is using that they got from somebody else a while ago, or you can come here and watch a dude that, you know, makes teams from scratch and I've only lost 1 time in Guild Wars over the whole time. I mean, that might change this weekend because I'm kind of using a unique team. I'm not going down the Chrysantherax, Tesla, Ruby Weapon route. So I could lose this weekend, but I'm sticking with the girl that brought me to the dance. Some people respect that. Some people go with whatever the new thing is all the time. So I wonder which one you are. Put it in the comments. You're probably the one that sticks with the girl they brought to the dance because you're still watching, you're still listening, even after the fights. I really appreciate you. Shout out to you. Man, I got to be begging right now. Patreon, super thanks. Become a member. It helps a ton. I know we're all struggling right now, but I'm struggling big time. And yeah, might be retiring soon. And I know I always say that, but it's way worse.